So I'm going to start with the best original song category. Add a bit of music to get us up and running. So we've got quite of a mixed bag of a lineup this year, and because a lot of you know that I adored the song Glasgow from Wild Rose, which is a great little British film that came out last year. But the song, along with the music in the film, it's just marvelous. And it was just a shame the Academy didn't recognise it. But of course, it was nice that the actress who sung the song, Jessie Buckley, she got to perform it at the BAFTAs live last week, and that was great. But it's just obviously a shame that the Academy didn't feel the need to nominate it. Which, as I say, that's why this year's slate's a bit of a mixed bag. So obviously, the nominees anyway. They are I'm Standing With You from Breakthrough, Into the Unknown from Frozen 2, Stand Up from Harriet, I Can't Let You Throw Yourself Away from Toy Story 4, and I'm Gonna Love Me Again from Rocketman. So I think straight away it's one of them where I'm going to start with the least likely nominee to win this category, which will actually be Toy Story 4. I don't particularly remember the song from that film. It's worth knowing that every Toy Story film has been nominated in this category. Of course, You've Got a Friend in Me, was nominated way back in 1996, and of course, it lost out to Colours of the Wind from Pocahontas, which I always thought was quite a bizarre decision. I mean, when you look back on it, it's like 25 years on, it's like, there's no competition as to which is the better song and which is the most famous. So that was a strange choice by the Academy back then. And then, of course, there was When She Loved Me from Toy Story 2, which I think some of you will obviously associate with as being Jessie's song, which is played during that, the mesmerising sequence midway in the film where, Jessie talks about, her time with Annalie. And that song, of course, lost out to another Disney ballad, which was You'll Be in My Heart from Tarzan. And I mean, I could forgive the Academy a bit on that occasion because it's Phil Collins and, he's a legend, in my opinion. And then, of course, from the third film, which is my favourite of the whole series, Toy Story 3, you had We Belong Together, which actually won the Oscar, but it wasn't, as memorable as its predecessors. But saying that, this one from Toy Story 4, again, I don't think it's anything special. So I think that one's probably just, it's just another nomination for Randy Newman. And then we've got I'm Standing With You from Breakthrough. Now, the film's not particularly well known to many people. It's like one of them really sort of cheesy dramas. But the person who wrote the song, Diane Warren, this is her 12th nomination and she's never won. And Diane's actually written some fantastic, very catchy songs over the years. Nothing's Gonna Stop Us Now from Mannequin, How Do I Live from Con Air, I Don't Want to Miss a Thing from Aerosmith, and There You'll Be from Pearl Harbor. They're probably the four most famous songs that she's written. But I think it's just the problem is that she's up against strong competition again. So she's, it's likely she's just going to have to stay the bridesmaid for now. Frozen 2, I think, is probably going to be the dark horse here for the song Into the Unknown. As you all know, of course, the first Frozen won the Oscar here for that ridiculously overplayed song, Let It Go. I honestly, I can't stand it. Hand on heart and all that. But, I think a lot of people said that Into the Unknown wasn't even the best song in Frozen 2. The Academy love Disney, so that one shouldn't be ruled out. But I think that, the award's going to be between Cynthia Erivo for Harriet or Sir Elton John and Bernie Taupin for Rocketman. Now, Cynthia obviously is up also for Best Actress for her performance in the film Harriet. It was a biopic that sort of came and went when it was released over here. But the songs, meant to have gained quite a lot, big audience, a lot of people love hearing it. And, I think the Academy may be tempted to reward her. If she's not going to win Best Actress, then they can always give her the Best Song Award, like they did with Lady Gaga last year. Although at least that time, Shallow was, a mesmerising song. And of course, Cynthia Erivo's also won a Tony and an Emmy as well, so she's actually done quite well with her career, in the industry. So an Oscar would obviously be the icing on the cake. But of course, I'm going to be biased, and I'm going to be rooting for Sir Elton to win for Rocket Man. Which, I mean, I'm going to Love Me Again. It was played in the credits at the end of the film, and it was great because it's brilliant duet. Sir Elton performing alongside Taron Egerton, who of course played him in the film and was absolutely robbed of an Oscar nomination for Best Actor. I mean, I missed a chance when when I was reacting to the nominations, where I was that annoyed about the snub that I just missed a trick, and I've just come to the conclusion now that the snub, it was so sad, so sad. It was a sad situation. So sorry, I had to do that. I've been meaning to say that for weeks. But of course, Sir Elton has won an Oscar. Of course, he sung "Can You Feel the Love Tonight" from The Lion King. That was 25 years ago now. But of course, he didn't work on the song with Bernie Taupin. And of course, the two of them have, collaborated together for 50 years, which is incredible. And this is the first time the pair of them have been sort of nominated together. And they won the Golden Globe for the song last month. So I think, given that Sir Elton, he's on his farewell tour now, he's finally retiring from from doing, his live concerts and everything else. And I just think it's the Academy's best chance to reward him and Bernie, for their work. And it would also make up for the fact that Rocket Man just got completely, snubbed. Not just, obviously, the Taron Egerton omission, but, nothing for makeup, costumes, sound. So, yeah, my heart says Rocket Man, but my head, I don't know, my head probably would say Harriet. But no, Rocket Man all the way. So, yeah.